Welcome to Flesh and Pod, a flesh and blood podcast, breaking down weekly news and notes from the tournament scene, community drama, game strategy, and more. And now, here are your hosts, Derek and Logan.
Hello, and welcome to episode 191, Jesus Christ,
wow,
of Flesh and Pod. My name's Logan. I am your host. Please like and subscribe. And today we're on the topic of Flesh and Blood with my on the topic of co-hosts, Azz and Elaine. Azz, buddy.
Yeah.
You have premises.
Oh my God. This is a dream come true to be on Flesh and Pod. I think I was on maybe a long time ago as part of a big panel.
Yeah, it was forever ago.
It was ages ago. So it's nice to be on again. And I think alongside your podcast and Fresh and Buds, I think are the main ones that are on rotation for me personally. So it's nice to be on finally. Yeah.
Oh, fuck off! That's what you're trying to tell me. I get it. That makes total sense. Like, fuck me, I guess. All right, Elaine, how are you? You're just not going to answer that.
Is it me? Is that what
I said? Elaine, how are you? For fuck's sake, Elaine!
My turn? Was that for me? I don't know if it cut. I don't know if I did. I hear my name. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm I'm really well. I just got approved for an apartment right before we jumped on here, so I'm excited about that. Life is good. Things are good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. Can you hear that? Did you hear that part?
Yeah, I heard
Elaine.
that.
Okay, that's great.
Getting there.
So yeah, we just Charmer's on assignment. He's actually currently casting Star Wars Unlimited Worlds.
Yeah.
With Doa and Main Deck Dan, and so he's in Vegas. He's not here. So I just took that opportunity to hijack the entire show.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, it's my show, right?
Sounds appropriate.
I'm the only person that's been on all 191 episodes plus every ancillary episode. So
Is he enjoying himself over there at the moment? Do you loving it?
He is. I was I was floored by the production values. FFG did not spare any expense when it came to setting that up. It is really good looking. It is all professional cameras. They have somebody doing hand cams and updating cards in hand for both players throughout the match.
Nice.
The only thing I noticed that wasn't great is it's not very mobile friendly. Which is, they've already provided that feedback from what Derek was saying, and and they probably needed a fourth. Because those guys are getting tired.
A fourth caster, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And as you and Ian did, Ian Holland did UK Nats, and Charmer and I did German Nats, and
just two of you. It's long.
It's a lot. But the difference there is that even though there was just the two of us, we had drafts.
Yeah,
so that gave us a bit of downtime between casting, so that we could actually be a person for a little bit before having to hop back in the booth.
Yeah.
Here they don't really have that. They're rotating 3 guys in, 3 guys out, and it's all constructed. It's all Premiere constructed the entire way. And so brutal schedule. And they probably could use a fourth, because by the end of it, they're starting to flag a bit, and it's pretty obvious. So this is going to be kind of a vibe for as far as an episode goes. There's been some news and some dalliances and things like that have come across the news cycle. Some spoilers. Most of them are Guardian oriented.
Oh yeah,
which is wanted to save most of that for Derek. There's no events though, with San Diego Comic-Con being this weekend and then Gen Con being next weekend, which Derek and I will both be at.
Sick.
So yeah, it's kind of an off weekend. So I just thought I'd take this opportunity to kind of just take a run at some of this stuff with some fresh minds. If you guys are down, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you're captive, so you're down with whatever the fuck I say you're down with.
We're here, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could hang up, but then I have to solo this shit. But let's start with some of the spoilers. There's been a lot that has come out of Guardian Mastery Pack thus far. It looks super interesting. I'm going to leave a lot of the Guardian stuff for the Guardian main because none of us are Guardian players.
No.
Really at all.
No.
Not really.
Azz is going to become an Ira player.
Yeah, I mean, although saying that, I mean, I did look at when Pleiades first was spoiled. I was like, oh, this could be.
That is your vibe.
This could be,
Yeah.
because she's obviously like a rock star sort of performer sort of style character. So I thought this could be my foray into Guardian because I can identify with this type of character. And I think the Armory decks are just really nice little pathways into, especially these heroes that have new mechanics like the suspense counters and stuff. Obviously, there's going to be some unique cards available to flesh out that mechanic in the Armory deck. So I thought this could be a nice little hero to jump on board with. So I could still take that pathway, but I've taken another pathway recently with Azalea's finally gone. RIP. 4 years. 4 years of 4 years of not, a couple of years, sorry, of not getting a single LL point.
Yeah, no points.
Remember taking that deck to France, like Pro Tour Lille, playing in side events, and people just laughing at me for playing the deck.
She's a meme.
So, yeah, it was an interesting journey that hero's been on, but as a result, as someone who's just played that hero for the longest time, I had to find a new deck. I think the Armory decks in general just give you a nice little pulling off point to get into the. I don't know. That's probably the wrong phrase to use.
I think pulling off has some different context over here.
Yeah. But yeah,
we also call it rubbing one out.
That's right.
In case you're wondering. Yeah. We can also there's some other colloquialisms. Roughing the suspect. You just have to beat him up to enough to talk.
Choking the chicken.
Choking the chicken. Flogging the baby dolphin.
Yep.
Clubbing the baby seal.
5 minutes in, and we're already going over different ways to address wanking.
Yeah, to just to plot with.
Brilliant.
They fucking call themselves fappers. For God's sake!
It's fine then. It's on brand.
Right, it's on brand.
Oh my god,
Poor Elaine.
I love it.
I don't know if I ever told you wait. Now we're gonna get off topic.
No, there's no topic. You just do the thing.
Me, I'm just, sometimes I'm an innocent person. I wasn't.
That almost set me fucking Christ.
About,
oh my god.
fapping and what that means out of context. And I remember one time Mo Bogsley and I were going to play some Flesh and Blood games. And I am a Patreon of this channel.
Well, you are.
And, but Mo Bogsley and I were going to play some Flesh and Blood games. And he's like, what time works for you? And I'm like, well, this, any time here because I'm going to fap at 10. I was like, I mean, as long as it's before, because I really want to fap at 10. And he's like, what do you
mean?
Fap after dark. Yeah,
he was
after dark.
He was like, I didn't know we were that close. I was like, fap after dark. And he was like, if that's, yeah, whatever you say, Elaine. You plan these things ahead of time. And I was like, that's just when it takes place. And then it took at least a day for me to be like, wait a minute, Flesh and Pod. I'm a Patreon.
Yeah. So Mo thought that you were doing something else entirely.
Brilliant.
He thought we were much closer than we were. Yeah.
Yeah, much closer at that point in time.
Much,
Dear God.
yeah.
Yeah. Not to say that you and Mo aren't close, or that all of us and Mo aren't close. It's
we're all friends, but
we're all friends. But fucking Christ. Okay.
Derailed.
Where were we at? Oh, we're talking about Guardian Mastery Pack and not being Guardian mains, any of us. Elaine is a fellow Kasai enjoyer.
And then Gravy made and Kasai main now, both.
You're a boner bro now.
Yeah, I took Gravy to Singapore. I've just really been enjoying that deck.
I take the Gravy with me everywhere I go. Okay, sorry, that's not going to be the last one, but that's one of the last ones. Okay.
How was Singapore, by the way? Did you enjoy Gravy.
it?
Like a good time?
Yeah, Singapore was awesome. Got that awesome oil Pleiades mat. And I had a great.
Yeah.
I had a really good time in Singapore. I played Gravy. I didn't bring Kasai with me because I was like, I'm not gonna play her. I'm gonna play Gravy, and I really did regret not having her with me because I just don't think I was as comfortable on the Gravy deck as I would have been on Kasai. However, I still had a lot of fun on Gravy, and also shout out to Inky, the finalist of Pro Tour Singapore, because I had tweeted a few weeks back that I wanted to learn Gravy. It's like, someone teach me Gravy. I want to learn Gravy. And Inky responded and was like, I'll teach you Gravy. And I was like, yeah, I'd love that. And then he was serious. He messaged me and was like, do you want to learn Gravy? I'm like, yeah. So he had been doing his best to teach me Gravy. And then you know what? Then he finished second at the Pro Tour.
This sounds so filthy.
I had so much. But I was like, Gravy Bones. Should we use his government name? Is that better?
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't want to use the government name now.
Teach me Gravy.
Teach me Gravy and finish second. That's what I want you to do is to teach me Gravy and finish second.
Oh, yeah, but no, shout out to him. Congratulations. Very exciting to watch my Gravy teacher finish second.
Oh my God.
Gravy Bones teacher actually doesn't sound better is the fucked part.
Gravy Bones Shipwrecked Looter, is that his name?
There we go.
Is that his government name?
You got to say the whole thing.
Very excited to watch my Gravy Bones Shipwrecked Looter instructor, mentor finish second.
Nope, still sounded dirty.
I don't know what you want from me.
Nothing. You're doing it all. You're doing great. I can't fault any of it. Anyway, so there's a couple of cards in Guardian Mastery Pack that I did want to talk about because they are not Guardian cards. They are generics. And
also, just before we go into that, I just want to say, obviously we had Elaine spoil one of those cards as well. So congratulations on getting that. That was a hilarious video as well.
It was a good video.
Okay, yeah. Can I speak a little bit on that?
Yeah,
we got this Guardian Mastery Pack spoiler, and I was really surprised that we got it because not a lot of people got spoilers for Guardian Mastery Pack, and Kiki and myself are not Guardian players, so I'm like, we were both like, oh, like super honored to get this, but also a little bit like surprised because we're not Guardian players. The rest of these people on this list are like have some ties to Guardians that we don't. Like, what could this card be? And we actually got the card 2 days before the reveal, and so we were like, we want to do something for the reveal. Like, we want to make this a really great reveal, but we don't have a card to go off of. So we had this reveal made that was really like about being a guardian and like protector of just like communities and like a very nice, serious, sentimental reveal, I would say. And then we got the card, and we're like,
heck perfect, baby.
This is why we got a Guardian spoiler, and it's not for the reasons we were trying to make it. So we gotta go. We knew what had to be done. Also, as soon as we saw the card, we're like, scratch the old video. We have 2 days to make this work. This is what must be done.
Yeah.
Mission fucking accomplished is what I gotta say to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pitch perfect with peck perfect.
So good. So good. A lot of creators have done that as well. Like I've seen a lot of people that have had, and I think this is just part of the creative process as well. Like, you have this one idea and you think it's going to be great, and then suddenly you change the whole thing to release a different product. I've done that as well in the past with a couple of spoiler videos that I've had to do, where I was just like, oh, I thought this was the best idea, and then suddenly the next one is even better. So it's nice to hear that you've also went through that as well.
What's it like to get multiple spoilers? I'm pretty sure you both could tell me what that's like, because I don't know.
It's a lot of stress, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I was thinking about it this past like when the Guardian I after last night or the night before, I don't remember, I reorganized my trade binder, and my trade binder is organized so that it's like I have my fancy Kasai and a few other cards that just like mean a lot to me on my first page. And then once you flip that page, I have all the cards that I've spoiled, right?
Oh yeah.
Is my next 2 pages of my binder is just the cards that I spoiled. And I was just
that's
reflecting on like, I've been a part of a spoiler every single set since I started playing this game.
I need a 1-page binder, Elaine. Sorry, a 1-pocket binder, Elaine.
Yeah, but
is all I need.
I don't know. I just feel very privileged. Very grateful for that. And but Peck Perfect, I think, is my favorite. Kiki was asleep when they sent the card over, and Kiki was sleeping, and I was like,
Kiki doesn't sleep.
Yeah, I know, right? There's like a 3-hour window when Kiki sleeps. But it was during that 3-hour window, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, Kiki! The name of the card. Go look at the card. It's like the card." I was like, "I know why we got a Guardian spoiler." I was really freaking out over it.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. But so one of the cards I want to talk about is Fearless Confrontation. So this is generic blue pitch, 3 cost, 5 attack, 3 block. So it's a blue block 3. We're already well on our way. Instant discard this. Target attack gets -1 and loses and can't gain dominate. Huh. That's a weird card to have in a Guardian Mastery pack.
Yeah, like Guardian hate.
Yeah, that's straight up Guardian hate.
Yeah, Guardian hate.
Yeah, it's hate. And it's like, I guess it's to a degree, it's Prism hate because you can just make their Herald of Your Edition be nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing you can do with it.
Was this obviously we've known about Mastery Pack for ages as well, right? I think it was spoiled. Well, it was announced last year, wasn't it, in Japan?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out like
earlier this year. They moved it back. Yeah.
So it's interesting as well because if this was released upon its maybe its intended release date, this could have affected Azalea as well. -1 can't gain dominate. So maybe if it did release in time, she would still be here with us. But this is a pretty cool card nonetheless. Pretty cool card though. I see a lot of people.
He's going through it.
That's okay. Yeah, he's still mourning.
We're speaking about doomsday scenarios on the other podcast. It's happening for me right now.
So like to be fair, Aaron has not. That's his Christian name.
That's right. Everybody knows that now because I've been on an official podcast with Aaron Francis in the title. But there we go.
Yeah, he has not been. He had a weekly outlet for his Flesh and Blood takes for a little bit since they shuttered the Living Legends podcast.
Very true.
So I think it's in our best interest to let him cook a bit and let him get it out. Personally, I think that's the best thing that we can do as friends.
Yeah.
But I
still can't get over that one. That's the one I lost and just can't get over it, unfortunately.
Wow. That's the one?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway.
Okay.
So a lot of people have said, "Oh, I want this hero to be. I want this character on this card to be a hero because the art."
I have seen that.
It is
looks
fantastic.
Pirate Princess.
Yeah, Sawyer May art as well. Just like I'm obviously running Ira now, and that's also Sawyer May. So fan favorite artist also. But I love the art of this as well. It's got like we're speaking about. I keep referencing the other podcast because obviously we've done this on the same night.
Right,
Shape of Water, fishmen or fish things,
fishmen
in the front of the art here.
True,
but yeah. Sorry, carry on. I'm just sort of sports.
Easier if you're listening. We still stand you on this podcast. We just also respect the work of Sawyer May. I just want to make sure that you know that you are truly the FAP favorite. Artist
I love visual as well. Absolutely, 100%.
Iswardi is undefeated.
Yeah,
Iswardi. It is. Yeah, he came up to me in Singapore and was like, "Is that Elaine Hammertree from On the Topic of?"
Oh my god, brilliant!
He's the best. I love that guy. Oh my god,
I love him.
Yeah, he is the best.
Yeah, the art on this card. I want one of these fish things as a hero. I know people keep talking about this girl.
Victor's the horse, but you want one of these mer people, one of these Murlocs.
Yeah.
want
I'll cosplay it.
I want to know where that character is as well, like in the actual world of Wraith, because it looks quite pitty, quite potentially riptidy. Obviously, you got pirate swag on there, but maybe it's the what's the expedition called? Not Expedition 33, but is it the
those that come after?
Yeah, that's it exactly. Oh my god, just like walking through the Paris Vegas memories just came straight back then. Drunken moments for the ones that come after. Gustav's Bar.
Gustav's Bar, yep.
But on one of the expedition cards, I think it's Dire Water Strait, which I think might have these like
that sounds right.
Trench dwelling creatures on them. They
look like Murlocs from World of Warcraft to me.
Yeah.
And Elaine, don't yawn.
I'm yawning.
The fuck? Why?
I'm so sorry.
I've been doing this for a while.
It's like 7:43 at night. You're good.
No, I didn't go to bed till like 5 a.m.
5
For
a.m.
no reason too. I think the jet lag hit me late.
To be my 20s again.
It was. I wasn't even doing anything. I was just laying in bed, taking melatonin, tossing and turning. Anyway. I don't know.
I can just see you sitting there just like popping melatonin like they're fucking Skittles.
I was like put magnesium on my feet and everything. Nothing.
What the fuck is that?
That's like
on your feet.
Yeah, it helps you go to sleep.
This is how you end up on feetfinder.com, Elaine.
Oh my god, magnesium.
It helps you go to sleep. You do that. It's like part of the bedtime routine. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they sell like I have like a football like.
This is a bad idea, Logan.
This is the best idea.
We can just move on.
No, this is always the best idea because every fucking time Elaine goes down one of these paths and she's either talking about theater camp or she's doing this shit.
Magnesium on her feet.
Putting fucking magnesium on her feet.
That helps you sleep. I'm Googling it.
Oh my god.
Magnesium on your feet.
Yeah, no, we always Google Live. That's just what we do.
That's funny.
But the fuck... Okay, I'm going to move on to the next card while you Google.
Yeah.
People use magnesium oil on their feet to help improve sleep. But there's...
This is not confirmed by science.
No credible sources.
The scientist is into fucking home remedies. Anyway, the other one I wanted to talk about was another generic, which is hilarious that it's a generic, which is Base of the Mountain, which are generic legs, not even Guardian legs.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck them. Anyway, this is a generic legs with blade break. God damn. When this defends, banish any number of action cards from your hand, then add them to the chain link as defending cards. This card's defense is equal to the number of action cards defending on the active chain link.
Yeah, so does this also get around Dominate?
It gets around Dominate.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's to be determined if it gets around Overpower.
So,
but it does get around Dominate.
Azalea would have been here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could you
the first card, not so much. This one?
Yeah.
Generic feet.
Yeah. I mean, generic feet.
It's just sideboard. Sideboard situation.
Yeah. Generic feet that could get around the Dommy Mommy. Like
we would stop playing Warmongers.
Still be here.
Yeah.
Because we have feet.
So with this, can you banish the 10-foot tall card, which blocks for, is it 10? It blocks for 10?
Blocks for 10.
So you can banish...
You sure can.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Now, you still have the intellect penalty, but you can still banish it and do it.
Yeah, but then you're blocking 11 just by banishing one card. It might be worth the IP penalty.
Probably not, but...
Yeah.
I mean,
it's pretty insane though that we're seeing like generics in the Guardian pack mastery for Guardian like that are just pretty insane.
These do feel like they're potentially targeted at the Azalea matchup because it's historically not been great for Guardian. Or sorry, not because Guardian versus Azalea dominating, they can't block as much. They start to leak damage through. They have the disruption. Like the Guardian matchup for Azalea was always a little bit on the better side, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And this might have been, okay, we need to put tools for Guardian to fight Azalea because it's keeping Guardian down. And then it's like, oh, wait,
She's gone. Yeah.
That bitch retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guardian's also like one of the classes that like they can't do anything with a full hand anyway. Like
No, most of the time.
they don't really need it. So this is
they got
kind of good
Pummel.
for them.
Because Pummel does. Pummel's great.
Pummel.
I like to Pummel.
Yeah.
Pummel is toxic?
Yeah, toxic. Please don't pummel me.
Please don't pummel me. we just need shirts that say "Don't pummel me, I'll come." Like, is that what we need? Okay. I'm not doing that, by the way. There's no fucking way in hell I'm doing that.
Don't give me that shirt. I'm not putting it on.
No, I'm not wearing it either. Like, dear God.
That.
Absolutely not. I have a family. I
don't even have that. I just
don't want to wear the shirt.
Just don't want to wear the shirt.
I think that makes sense to me. But those are really the only two cards I wanted to talk about, mainly because I do want to save a lot of the stuff because Derek is a Guardian stan.
Yeah.
And he will bitch about the Guardian feat not being Guardian feat, and that will make me happy. Because hearing Derek complain is just so good for me. But the one thing that I do like to talk to all of the guests about when they are kind of first timers, like Elaine's been on quite a few times now at this point, but I don't think that I've ever actually posed this question on the show. We've talked about it a ton in just conversation. But so as you've never really had this, because again, I am derelict in my duty and decided not to bring one of my good friends onto the show for 3 fucking years. But
time difference, I'll forgive you.
Yeah, time difference is a thing. But the question here is very simple: why Flesh and Blood?
Yeah. For me, it's always been about the characters. It's about, like, I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering Commander, which was the social format where basically a legendary creature or legendary character leads your deck to victory or defeat. So I used to love getting behind certain characters that had certain play styles or archetypes. And Flesh and Blood really is like Soul Calibur, the game. I think that's what you said before, or something similar to that. And discovered it through originally Tolera in Community College. So I was watching a lot of Magic the Gathering content, and then suddenly the professor put a video out which was about Flesh and Blood, and then I was sold on the idea of wanting to get behind a certain character because I loved character-driven identity in games, right? You can identify with the character and what their game style is, what their game plan is, and that's carried me for the last 4 years. I identified with, we spoke about it earlier, Azalea for the longest time. She's now living legended, so what other characters do I gravitate towards now? Pleiades was one that really struck me as like, oh, she's a performer, she does this, plays guitar on stage. I've done that in the past. Ira was something that I just picked up because I thought it was going to be a cool thing to do. So I've fleshed out that deck and I have that now. But for me, it's characters and how you represent yourself through those characters. I think identifying with them. But then also the community that's spawned around this game has been just very, really organic and natural. And meeting people like yourself has just been a great conduit to having some fun times with a game that is very, very competitive. But the people that play it are just awesome. So just been a good journey with it so far, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think that matches several people's journey, honestly. But it's I guess it more deeper into it. Another layer. I'm obviously a glutton for punishment. This is 109. This is 191 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
But you are not immune to the content game. You did it for a very long time. Why did you want to do Flesh and Blood content?
I don't know, really. I just really liked the for now. Like I tried a load of different types of content over the last 4 years, and it's only really now, 4 years later, where I've discovered what my content is going to be, probably consistently going forward. Yes, I do a lot of vlogs and chaos and all that sort of stuff on my Go Again Gaming channel, but the league that means nothing content that I've sort of discovered and made has really become the linchpin of my channel. And it's only now 4 years later, when I did so many other different things that I've identified, this is good, this is working for me, and this is what I enjoy doing. And I enjoy watching and editing other people's gameplay videos because it allows me to learn more about the game. I'm at the moment I'm editing 15 games per round in my league. So I get to watch and edit so many different people's games and get to learn a lot about different heroes and stuff. So it's nice as an education piece almost for me because I want to try and get a little bit better at the game and do better at events and stuff. But yeah, I just love the creation process really. That's kept me going for all this time. But also fostering communities is fun. Elaine does a lot of it as well with the Rainbow Pitch League. That is just a great reason to get people together through the common language of playing great games. It sounds cliche to use it in a podcast, but that's why we do these things. Honestly, it's just to bring people together that might not necessarily get to play at an LGS because they don't have one or they don't feel comfortable going to one for whatever reason. These online webcam leagues are great conduits to be able to play more games. So yeah, that's why I've just stuck with it, honestly. But yeah, ramble, but there we go.
It makes sense. I mean, it's at the core of all of it. All three of us found our way to Flesh and Blood through playing the game. And then we all fairly quickly after starting playing the game
just want to share it.
Pivoted into content,
Yeah.
Or, in our case, like in my case, drove through a fucking brick wall.
We've all done that though, mate. We've all done that.
That's very true. Watching you trip into the door at 9 a.m. coming back from Fremont Street taught me a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
But Elaine, I know that, like I said, we've had this conversation probably 10 times, right? But I don't know that we've ever had this conversation on Oh, it's a kitty. Oh, look at you.
So fluffy.
It's so fluffy.
He was meowing at my feet. I had to
okay, that makes sense. Elaine, why Flesh and Blood? Your turn.
Yeah, I've talked about this a lot, but like, why Flesh and Blood? I played like other TCGs, another TCG that's really big in a tabletop.
You can name them. It's fine.
Yeah, I played like Magic like in a very casual tabletop sense before I started playing Flesh and Blood, but like really didn't connect with it. Like, not only did I not connect with the community, but like quite frankly, I also just didn't connect with the game of Magic and like the way it was played. I remember my partner who taught me to play it, I used to ask all the time, but why am I summoning all this stuff? And they're like, well, because you're like a wizard and we're two wizards fighting. And I'm like, okay, but like, why? But like, why are we fighting?
Why?
Like, why are these the things like in my deck? And like, if we're different wizards, like, why do we like summon the same way? And they're like, well, we have different decks and blah blah. And it just didn't feel like I didn't connect with like the mechanics of the game and like the game on a thematic level. And then I found Flesh and Blood around the time Crucible. It was around the time Crucible came out. And unlike Azz, like I found Azalea, and she pushed me away from the game. I did not like
the Azalea incident, right?
Yeah, the Azalea incident is what we refer to it as. Yeah, where my partner's like, try this game. Here's an Azalea deck. Crew era Azalea deck. We did mention Azalea used to be a meme.
Real bad.
Yeah, and I'm going to play this Dash era, like Crew era deck, and I'm just going to like boost a million times off the top and keep attacking you. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to attack you. And then be like, well, you have to arsenal that. You can do it next turn. What the heck? Like, yeah, I did not like it. So then I just like kind of left the game. Still was around like the Magic crowd and like the Flesh and Blood crowd. And I just like liked the vibes of being around the Flesh and Blood community a lot more. And my partner was traveling for the game a lot more. And I was like, okay, what are you doing all weekend? Like, let me try this game again. And then I found Warrior. And I really loved the way Warrior felt thematically. I remember like playing Flesh and Blood and playing Warrior, and specifically Dorinthia was the first warrior that I discovered, and it was like I just like I could like imagine me fighting as I played the cards. Like I could imagine the warrior, like our swords hit and I'm like struggling to get over the edge as they're blocking my attack, and then I play all these reactions to like get the strength to power through with this attack. Like I remember it like feeling like I could like feel what was happening thematically. I just connected so much more with the game. And then I found Kasai and really fell in love. Like this kind of like double sword welding thing. It was like the first, like, I just connected with it so much more. Like the thematics were beautiful. I connected with the art and ended up doing cosplay in Pro Tour New Jersey. I just like really went all in Flesh and Blood. I loved the competitiveness of it. I liked the people that I was meeting. I loved the thematics of the card. I loved the art of the card. Even like I didn't like playing Icelander, but I loved her art and I did that. And then quickly, I found myself in the content space. Like I mentioned earlier in this podcast that I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a spoiler in some way or another for every set that I've seen come out as a player. I started actively playing the game and reunited with the game after Everfest came out. And then after cosplaying Icelander Pro Tour New Jersey, I was contacted by LSS to reveal Icelander card for a wizard card for Uprising. And that was like just kind of like pushed me into the content space. I got that card. I started Pitch Perfect with Melody. It was someone that I just like really connected with online and like felt like I just really started feeling like I had a place in this space, and that was like not something that I'd really felt in other games before. I like felt like I had a true identity, and it was also like Flesh and Blood, and like the community was also pushing I was like pushing me out of my comfort zone and like making me like really stand up for the things I believe in. And it was kind of the first space where it's like, even now to this day, I feel like this space and being part of content in this space and like running communities and fostering communities in the way that I tried to do. Like, I feel like it like holds me accountable to like be the person that I want to be. And I think that is like, the game I love so much, and it obviously the game keeps me here. And even if I'd ever decide to like step away from content, I'll always play Flesh and Blood because it's something I think I'll always enjoy. But like at the real heart of it, I get so much fulfillment from like being able to be in the space, even though I think I was kind of like thrown into content. Like it's helped me grow in so many ways, and I also like love seeing not only that growth in myself, but I love like being an active part of seeing like the community grow and feeling like I'm an active part of that. And I love it. That was also a ramble.
No, I mean, like that's the question, right? And it's, I think that when it comes to card games in general, there's a piece that goes with identity. And that usually is something that we're always pivoting around trying to find the thing, right?
Yeah.
And it turned out for me that, gaming became that thing. When I was younger, I mean, I still connect heavily with sports as well. I've always been a big fan. I played quite a few of them growing up. But yeah, it's there is identity built into it. And so when you're talking about, I found this game and then it clicked, that's part of that identity, right? That's part of that greater understanding that we get by knowing what we want to do. And again, content creators are crazy. I don't think that any of us are well people.
No.
And because we're willing to do the stupidest shit for the purpose of content. And all you have to do is look at Azz's vlogs, which I co-star in, where you look at like all the effort that the both of you put into your respective leagues, the Rainbow Pitch League and the League That Means Nothing. And it's incredible. And I think both of you are obviously a very huge credit to our space. In general, like as an honest thing rather than the normal Tom shittery I put you through. And but yeah, I think that is wildly important. So I give this space to everybody that comes on the show, even repeat guests like Elaine, who can't say theater. As we'll start with you. You have one thing. This is your space. Talk about whatever you want.
One thing I want to talk about. Anything at all?
Anything at all.
Oh. I would just say that if you ever want to get into content, the first idea that you ever have is not going to be the best idea you ever have. Because it's taken me, like I mentioned it a little bit earlier, so I'll just riff on that a little bit more. But it took me 4 years to really understand what my thing is. Really, I've tried so many different things. I've tried ultimate pit fight videos. I've tried talking head videos. I've tried streaming Talishar games. I've tried visiting local game stores and shining lights on them. And I still try and do that when I can. Like I went to Japan and I did a vlog with their local game store, Table Game Cafe Shuffle, and interviewed them and walked around their shop and stuff. So I've tried so many different types of content. And ultimately, it's led me to like the Azalea cult as well was another big thing that I did. The Azalea cult was known everywhere around Flesh and Blood. Oh, you're an Azalea cult. Oh, the Azalea cult. And, all this. Me and Jim from Fab TCG Cards. But yeah, good guy. He should be coming to the UK again soon, hopefully. So I'll be able to see him soon and go down to the Weatherspoons and have many cheap drinks.
Have many pints.
Absolutely, yeah. Have you been to Weatherspoons? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you have. Oh, no. Wow.
Mm-mm.
Very.
Nope, haven't done that one yet.
Very cheap drinks, and they bring it to the table. You just scan an app and pay, and they just comes to you. So you have a whale of a time. That's
dangerous, but okay.
Yeah, I love dangerous. You know me.
Oh, I do.
Yeah. But yeah, I would just say, your first idea for content is never going to be your best one. So it allows you to, on the subject of identity, it allows you to, because you're putting yourself out there in the space, it allows you to grow. It allows you to learn through not necessarily failure, but bad ideas. You come to recognize what a bad idea is, or what you could improve on potentially, or you view your content again and think, oh, I could maybe make this transition better, or I could make this shot better, or I could increase make the audio better, or whatever. You learn those things as you go through, and you're never going to know that until you actually try it. So anybody that has an inkling of, I want to do content or whatever, just have to just get on and do it. And the ideas, you'll know when you get a good idea, because it will start resonating with other people rather than just you. And then before you know it, you've got 100 people in your league, like Elaine has.
126.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Some crazy fucking number.
Yeah, it was. We were just a few people off of cap this year, and cap was 128. So it's 120 something people.
Yeah, epic.
That's nuts. Yeah.
So. Yeah, you when you find a good idea, you'll know what it is. That's all I'm going to say on that. But content is not easy, and you do have to sacrifice a lot of time to it for zero gain. There's
literally nothing.
You're screaming into a void. Like
you may end up with a binder full of spoiler cards like Elaine.
Yeah,
or you could end up with one foil copy of Down But Not Out, like I did, which didn't have the right text on it. That has tick marks on it for every time I've been killed by that card. There are 12 marks on it.
Oh, wow.
Because I've been killed by Down But Not Out 12 fucking times.
Oh, I used to love that card in Heavy Hitters. Absolute sealed all-star.
And people would clown me every time they did it. Like, you should have saw that coming. Fucking eat my ass. Yeah. God damn it. But Elaine, you've talked through this before quite a bit. But your journey and mine are not too different when it comes to the content space. We both started off with different co-hosts for our shows than we currently have. And kind of towards Azz's thought process, because this show is still the first bit of flesh and blood content I've ever done, right? Like this is it, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't without a lot of trial and error and changes and adjustments and stuff like that. And then ultimately the biggest adjustment, which was having to find a new host. Now I got stupid lucky in getting Charmer, because Derek is the yin to my yang, the dry, sarcastic asshole to my over the top and boisterous asshole. So it's like a human centipede, but it's just asshole to asshole.
Oh, nice. Lovely.
Yeah. And we're just shitting into each other's shit. It's great. But how hard was it for you to like know it was that you had to move on when it came to like Melody doing her own thing? Was it because I think Melody told you that she was going to go do her own thing. Kiki was kind of already built in, but what was that like for you? Because I've had to talk about it a ton.
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting because like obviously before Melody left Pitch Perfect and Kiki came on to Pitch Perfect, the three of us, like you said, like we were already intertwined running the Rainbow Pitch League together, which the Rainbow Pitch League's, the idea of that spawned even though it didn't come around for a year, 2 years into, I don't remember, into Pitch Perfect being around, it spawned pretty much immediately when Pitch Perfect did, right? Like, I think it was
pretty close.
The second episode of Pitch Perfect, we were like, whoa, what if we did this in collaboration with Kiki? It was like something we tossed around, and then like after 7 months or so of tossing it around, got serious about it. So it was like pretty much the entirety of Pitch Perfect's existence. We also had this group chat with the three of us on the side where we were always like talking all day, all night, all the time. Like Kiki and Melody truly are two of my best friends in the world. Like we just always were talking. And the year, like I feel like prior, like I had kind of like a Pitch Perfect content slowed down for a little bit because I was not in a flesh and blood role, but just like I just moved. I was just like figuring out like a new pace with myself in my life. And so like there was like a little bit of lull in content coming out that was kind of more on like my end than Melody's end, because I was just like, not that we ever were stopped making content. It was just like very infrequent because I was busy. And then by the time I came around to being like ready to jump back into it, Melody was kind of going through the thing too. And like, we didn't have like a ton of like direct conversations about it. It was like not really a question of like Melody's completely gone. And not to sound like delusional, because it's been over a year now since Melody left the podcast, but like I still don't really think of Pitch Perfect in a way that like Melody is like not a part of it anymore. I feel like even with the Rainbow Pitch League, this was like the first time that Kiki and I were like, oh, I guess we could take Melody's name off like the email sign off, like because it's like Melody is like still such like a part of Kiki and myself and our like my journey in Flesh and Blood and Kiki's journey in Flesh and Blood and Pitch Perfect's journey and the Rainbow Pitch League's journey. And like that group chat with the three of us still exists and still gets used on a weekly basis at least. But yeah, I had a conversation with Melody because I was starting to get to the point where I was like itching to make content and was noticing kind of like that she was in a lull and not itching to make content. And so I just like, yeah, I messaged her and I was like, hey, like, if you want to take some time away from making content and the game, like, how would you feel if Kiki like came on and was kind of a temporary host at the time for Pitch Perfect? And then if you ever want to come back, like your seat is always open. It can be the three of us. We can like alternate being guests, or it can always just be the three of us, however we want to do it. and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And she was like, yeah, like that sounds great. Cause I'm just like taking some time from just being content. Like she had a career change, and that was like kind of the same thing that had happened to me, where you just have a career change and you get really deep into that. And she's like, this is just like where I'm at in life right now and what I'm doing. And I don't want to like hold you back from making it, because I wasn't an entity or a hobby that I was ready to give up. And she's like, yeah, that sounds great to me, you know? And it also, I think, maybe took some stress off of like Melody from being like feeling like she was like preventing me from being able to make content, like stress or guilt over that. So it was kind of just like the perfect solution. And I had asked Kiki like, okay, like, hey, do you want to come on Pitch Perfect, be a new host? Like, Melody's like going into this, I just want you to know, like, Melody's spot is always open. And if Melody decides that she wants to come back, that doesn't mean I want you to leave either. And we'll just, the three of us we'll sort that out if that ever happens, when that ever happens, you know, however we want to do it. And it was like, honestly, like a really smooth, natural transition. Like, emotionally, I don't think anyone felt any like slighted or felt any sort of way about it. Of course, like obviously I was like sad to not be doing this with Melody anymore, because Melody is such a good friend of mine, and I feel like it was something that like we started together, and I'll always like hold some like, you know, hold like lots of love for that.
Yeah, it makes
and
sense.
her and like our project, because I think that was the only thing, was that when Kiki and I came on together, it's a different dynamic than Melody.
Oh, it is.
It's a different
really
person.
is.
It's like, it's a different person.
There is a lot more shenanigans with Kiki involved.
Yeah, it's a different person with like different ideas and different, you know, we're like we are two, we have a different dynamic because we have a different relationship, because Kiki is not Melody and I am not Melody, and you know. So I think like from a listener perspective, that was the thing I was nervous about. Like, of course I'm gonna miss Melody. How much will the listeners miss Melody? Are they going to like the ideas that Kiki and I bring to the table as a team and the dynamic that we bring together? Yeah, and we always have like a ton of ideas down the pipeline. That's another thing about content creation. Like, ideas are like, it's hard to execute something different when you're in the rhythm of doing like one thing. It's hard. And then also with the league, like, I don't know, the next time we'll film a normal episode.
Well, I mean, you are running 120 something percent.
Like, we're busy. And we're producing games for that too. And we had said, like, going into it, like, okay, let's go down to one episode every 2 weeks. But I think we are already past that.
Yeah.
And that's just life, and it happens, and we'll get back to it. Normal production soon.
When you can, right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so, like, honestly, I think, like, the biggest stressor was just kind of, like, how is this going to be perceived and accepted by the audience? And then, like, the funny thing was, I feel like we tried to make it really clear that, like, no one had a falling out with Melody, you know?
No.
And no, Melody wasn't kicked out. Like, Melody left on her own accord, and also, like, we still talk constantly, and we still talk about Flesh and Blood constantly, too. Like, Melody's like still has a relationship with the game. It just is different than it looked when she was actively playing it. And I think a lot of people thought there was some kind of like animosity or dirt.
I don't know why
they just had to be that. Like, no.
It's weird. You talk about like, you know, your thing with Melody because, and how, you know, the seat's always open, because with Derek, he still considers himself a temporary host of the show.
Really?
Yes, because he's a fucking idiot. And even though he's damn near 140 episodes in, he's still like, I'm just filling in for Jordan and Abby until they come back. And it's like, my dude, we literally put Jordan on the show once, and the majority of our listeners were like, who's that?
Wow. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think you figured it out yet that, you know, you're kind of the thing here.
You're the thing, yeah, exactly.
Now, like, you belong here.
Love it.
But at the same time, like if Jordan and Abby ever decided to come back, I mean, I would fucking do it as a 4-person, like at that point, because I mean, I still have exactly the same amount of love for Jordan and Abby I've always had. I still talk to Jordan on a regular basis. And when I see Abby, I give her a giant fucking hug because I love her to death. And yeah, none of that has changed at all. I just don't talk to them as much as I used to. And that's really it. Because I used to talk to them literally every week. And now it's Jordan will call me out of the blue whenever he has a bet that he needs me to take, because like whether it's
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. He called me from a Ren fair once for me to gamble on the joust with him. Jousting at the Ren fair. He called me to bet on the jousting.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. So it's not an actual.
Even though I wasn't present at the Ren fair. So yeah, it's quite something. And then obviously, we talked about it on the other show, but we're doing this entire weekend where we're going and hanging out in Ohio and with Jordan and Abby and Polish Guy Rich and who knows who else, and that'll be a blast too. But the thing that always drives me when it comes to all of this, and like we can trace through lines pretty easily with Elaine. I met Elaine in New Jersey for the first time. She thought I was some fucking idiot. And I must say, no notes.
Yeah, confirmed, no notes.
Yeah. And then we randomly wound up in a speakeasy in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. And we all just kind of became friends.
That was Realm, wasn't it?
That was Realm, yeah.
They sounded so much fun.
I think was I on, what podcast was I on?
You were on here. You were on the same roundtable as Azz.
Okay.
It was really going to be Melody, and then you wound up filling in for Melody. So
yes, and I said like, oh, okay, like I need a partner for the calling. I need a team for the calling Vegas, which was Uprising. It was the Uprising world premiere, but there was like a Team Blitz calling.
It was Team Blitz calling.
Yep. And then we had Realm Games took me on as their team, and then that's why I ended up in Ohio, and then we all ended up in Speakeasy. Yeah. Actually, before that was when you fell in love with my mother.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, it really was. I did fall in love with this in Vegas. Yeah, that's so we got to be friends in Vegas before the Speakeasy. The Speakeasy was kind of like that gelling moment, though.
Right, because Jordan and Abby weren't in Vegas.
Right. Yep.
So Speakeasy was when we became a unit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
there are 3 balls in this. There are 3 balls in this, but sometimes you're born with a little bit extra. I think that we're good. Let's move on to some listener questions, because I've been a good boy and I have not decided to set fire to social media. Instead, I decided to save it all for this show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would say how cancelable should we get?
Oh, that's gonna get bad.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So this is from Vintox18 to Logan. New ProQuest winner rule: go off, King. And Greg quotes, if I go to my first week of ProQuest and I'm in the finals, I feel like I'm going to have an almost emotional wait when I realize I'm not allowed to hang out with my friends for the next 3 weeks. Is this space now? People, what the fuck are you thinking? This makes no sense. Okay? 1, no one is preventing you from hanging out with your friends.
No.
You can still go.
Yeah.
You can still get to play. You can cheer them on. You can encourage them. You can be a part of all of this. It's not that fucking hard to get in the goddamn car the same way you would have before and just not play the event. Instead, be with your friends. It's not complicated.
No.
It really isn't. The only difference is you don't get to play in the event. And that is a big deal for some people. And honestly, okay, I get that part. I really, really do. I have been in a spot where I had people go, well, I won that one. I guess I'm going to go in tomorrow. It's like, okay, cool. And it was like a bummer because, you do want to spend time with the people that you usually travel with and things like that. And it that isn't great. And this though is making it so basically the rule is this: if you win a ProQuest, you don't get to play in any more that season. This was a thing in Magic where if you won a what they were called PPTQs, so preliminary Pro Tour qualifiers, you were done for the season. I remember that I won the first one in the season multiple times. And you know what I did? I went with my friends to the other ones to hang out with them because that's what I wanted to do.
Support them as well, right? You go along to the thing, support them in their quest to get the PTI or whatever it is.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
And the other end of this that I see people say, and this I more agree with, where they're like, I don't like taking, the sharks out of the pool, so to speak. I want the competitive edge. I want those people there to go, because iron sharpens iron to make us, make me better, blah, 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 blah. And again, noted, understood, and heard. But you also get a lot of people who are hoovering up invites that don't go to anybody. They just die. And that's also not a thing. So my thought was this. Okay. Call the bluff. Say, fine. You are allowed to play in ProQuest if you've already won one. You are ineligible for the first prize, which means you're also ineligible for the gold foil. Now let's see how many people still decide to show up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people are relying on farming gold foils so that they can pay for other shit. That's a completely different thing. And I feel like there are not a ton. There are a number of disingenuous people out there that are more upset about the fact that they don't get to go and farm the 10 ProQuests around them for all the gold foils than I don't get to play the game with my friends. I do believe those people exist, and I believe that their feelings are valid. And I do feel for them, and I feel like there is a solution that is out there for that. That needs to be explored. However, the performative nature of some of these people who are just like, I want to hang out with my friends, but in reality, they just want to go farm gold foils is really striking, because those people are actually a toxic part of the community and not a good part of the community. And I think that that's what this policy is trying to address, is exactly that, because they've done pass downs before. But this is to eliminate the further feel bad of, what's the point of going? Because this person's going to show up, they're going to steal the invite, which they already have, and they're going to steal the gold foil. So why even bother?
Yeah, they're not. It's not like they're even in that case. If they are doing that, they're not even supporting that community. They're damaging the community that is already established in that area, because they're showing up. They don't know anybody in that LGS. They don't go there every week. They're not playing with these people day in, day out. They just go there to farm the thing and then get out, and they never see them again until next season, where they come back and do it all over again. Maybe with a few friends that want to farm the same community.
So I'm going to use my magic words that I don't use all the time anymore, but I'm going to use my magic words. LSS, if you're listening, just make people who have won one ineligible for the first place prize. That's it. So if they end up in the finals, great. They automatically get second. That's it. And they get the second place prize, whatever that is. And we'll see how many of these people actually care about going and playing the game and competing with others. I also loved Michael Fang's response, which was, hey, join me over here for these battle hardens and callings that are still happening if you really want to come compete.
Yeah, that's a goat response. That's like,
I mean, that's a goat being goat. Yeah. Like that is goats doing goat things.
Yeah.
Elaine, you've been quiet, but you have been wanting to talk. So
well, it's just like, it's been so disingenuous, like you said. Like, I'm sure there are people who really, like, do want everyone sure, everyone does want to go play with their friends every weekend. I've been to many events that I have attended and just like cheered people on and not played it. I literally just went to Singapore. You think I was qualified for the Pro Tour? No, I didn't win a ProQuest. I didn't even play in any ProQuest. I was in finals.
Right.
Yeah, like but no, I had so much fun cheering my friends on. I could go to Singapore. I could afford to go to Singapore. It's a lot more expensive for me to go to Singapore than it is for you to get in a car and carpool to the next weekend after you win a ProQuest and cheer your friends on. And I had so much fun doing that. It's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the complaining I've seen is so disingenuous. I saw someone that was like, if you recognize a player's name, they're probably mad about this rule. If you don't, they're probably not mad about this rule. Which, like, I don't know, maybe be mad at me for saying that. But like, it a lot of it has been so disingenuous. Like, you can hang out with your friends without paying $40 to do so. You can still hang out with your friends. Also, like, let's not act like you don't play Flesh and Blood nearly every day anyway. Like, this Saturday is probably not the only time that you can jam some games of Flesh and Blood. And even if it is, you can probably still jam some games of Flesh and Blood.
Easily, yeah.
Like you and the winner from last week, go play some games if you all are carpooling and going to these events anyway. Like, I don't know. And also, I think at the basis of it, like, people are acknowledging, like, this isn't an invite issue. This is a gold foil issue. And it just, like, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it does suck to, like, bar people from playing. I can like, agree with that sentiment, but I think that, like, a lot of the rhetoric we've seen around it is, like, really disingenuous. And yeah, I mean, it just kind of, like, eliminates competition that, like, doesn't need to be there. And I like that it eliminates, like, the gold foil farming, because, like, there are people who, like, I don't know. I know that some pro players, like, they get to the finals and sometimes not even play out the finals. They're like, you take the invite and the win, and I just take the gold foil. And even if like, someone is winning a ProQuest in that way, you're still farming the gold foil. And it's like, no, like, this person deserves the opportunity to, like, get the invite and get the gold foil without you just, like, steamrolling through all these local ProQuests.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I usually offer a split in the finals of ProQuest anyway, or RTNs or whatever, which is first place gets the invite, second place gets the gold foil. Right? You're
not gold foil farming though.
No, but it's like, like, that's equitable, right?
I don't think to be clear, I don't have an issue with, like, splitting. I have an issue with, like, these people who, like, just go around and, like, steal the gold foils. Like, I think that at the end of the day, this is an invite, a gold foil issue, not an invite issue. I'm curious to see, like, what the Pro Tour Yokohama, like, how this might affect the player representation, player number at Pro Tour Yokohama. But even if it doesn't, I'm still not mad about it. I just feel, and when I saw this rule, I was like, I think that's fair. I think maybe they could do it in other ways. But then after seeing, like, so much of the rhetoric, kind of just pissed me off, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, same.
It feels so performative and disingenuous, where I'm like, you play Flesh and Blood almost every day. Don't act like this is the only time you can play Flesh and Blood, and LSS is ripping that away from you, and this is the worst thing that could have happened, and that they don't want you to play the game anymore. Like, that's not at all what's happening.
No.
And you're just whining to whine, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people could take a moment to really think about what their motivations are, for how they feel, and if they come around to the fact that, yeah, I'm really just mad that I can't go play for more gold foils, then it's like, you sure can. You can go to the Battle Hardens. You can go to the Callings. Those, you're playing for gold foils.
Yeah, and I understand, like, people do make a living off of this game and make a living off of selling cards and trading. Like, that's fine. You can do that. But, like, your small local events is not where that's supposed to happen.
No, and some people, and I'm gonna name names here, that people that I honestly believe that their heart's in the right place when they talk about this being a bad policy. Like Mara, obviously thought, came out and said she thinks it's a bad policy, but her take I firmly believe is that of I like to be able to travel with my locals and play the game and stuff like that, which again still can.
Yeah.
No one's stopping that from happening, but
Yeah.
stopping the competition of it, I get. Which is why I think the equitable solution is just to say, okay, you're just ineligible for the first place prize, and the first place prize is the invite and the gold foil.
Like I said, there are like issues that I have with this policy, and when I saw it, I was not like 100% sold on it. I'm still not 100% sold on it, and I definitely like totally understand that like playing this game, like traveling and going to play with friends is like half the reason we all play this game. Like we all love this game, but at the end of the day, if you couldn't like jump in a car and go travel, play it for a day and have fun laughing with your friends, like that is like it wouldn't be as enjoyable. Like I totally get that. I understand that's a massive aspect of why we play the game. I mean, as in myself, when you asked the question why Flesh and Blood, both talked about the community, but at the same time, like I like other valid complaints that I hear, like in smaller communities where like they might not have very large ProQuests, and this could like really impact the amount of players that they have at a ProQuest and their ability to run the ProQuest. If that's an issue somewhere, which I've seen like people worried about in smaller communities, like I do think that's something to be addressed. I also know that like a lot of places require you to like prepay when you pre-register for ProQuest, and some people, like I might sign up for all four ProQuest because I want to qualify for Yokohama, and I might pay $160 up front to play 4 weekends in a row of 4 ProQuests and then win my first one, and then like getting that money back is a problem between me and the store and something out of LSS's control, and I could see that being a potential problem. So I do think like there are really valid concerns and valid disappointment also with this policy, but I don't think it's a bad policy, and I think there's a lot of disingenuine rhetoric going around.
Azzy, anything else to add before we move on?
I was just gonna throw out an idea of what if these events. Obviously, I don't have much horse in these races because I'm not going there to compete, and because I'm not good enough. I know that, but. What if you were to just get rid of gold foils for these events? If you were just to say, right, this is a qualifier. If you win, you get the qualifying thing to get you to the next Pro Tour, but there's nothing else. Like, would that stop the issue then? If you
I think it has a couple of impacts. Even though the prices of gold foils have diminished over time, this was LSS's way to do travel awards. So back in the Magic days, when you won a Pro Tour qualifier, a PTQ, you also received a plane ticket to wherever the Pro Tour was. So if the Pro Tour was in Yokohama, you got a plane ticket to Yokohama. And so this was, I know, right? And so this is a pretty fucking good deal. So like the further flung destinations were more coveted by players in Pro Tour qualifiers than like Pro Tour Dallas, and whereas now it's kind of the inverse with Flesh and Blood, because the cost of it, like the cost of what you could sell a gold foil for, is not paying for a plane ticket to Yokohama. No. I mean, from anywhere in this country. But it would pay for a plane ticket to Dallas, So a lot of times, but this was ideally the replacement. Those plane tickets cost Wizards of the Coast a ton of fucking money. The printing of a gold foil does not cost LSS shit.
No.
So this was a very good win-win replacement for them for a very long time. It just might be time for those to go away. Because if it is indeed an envelope and a plane ticket like the old PTQ days in Magic, then you can't win more than one. No, exactly. That didn't stop people from playing in multiples, because then they would go in and block for their teammates. They would go in and eliminate, and fight their way through people, then get paired to their teammate and concede. Like just immediately to snap concede. So that went over. And as somebody who benefited from that, I could still understand how toxic it was, because it was. I mean, it felt scummy to do, but I understood it, and I understood that was part of the game. But if we could find a way to avoid all of that, which is I think is the balance that LSS is trying to strike, that would be great. But you're never going to be able to get rid of all of it. It just gets like, even now people are going to get into ProQuest and with no desire to go to Yokohama because the affordability of it, if nothing else, and block for their friends, and just, you keep winning until you get paired to your friend. You concede to your friend. And then if you see him again in the top 8, same story.
Yeah, it's really hard to manage that, isn't it?
It's very difficult. It's basically impossible to manage. But they're doing their best. Again, it's LSS. It's always big trust. That is just the moniker we give. It's just always trust that they know what they're up to, or they're trying something different because of data or something they've seen. I do, again, feel like in my case, from my perspective, all they need to do is just change what first place looks like and what that looks like for people. But we'll see what they do. There's still time with all of this, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I've got loads of questions like around it. Like, what if you just gave them the invite? Nothing else at all. No gold foil, no plane ticket. The only thing that you're playing for here is to qualify for the tournament that you're trying to qualify for. And then if you want to go there, you pay yourself to get there. The sort of analogy that I had was Rafael Nadal, right? He's qualified for Wimbledon already through whatever means. Is he going to go and play a qualifier? No, he's not going to do that because he's already qualified for the main tournament. So what's the difference? Surely the biggest prize for these ProQuests should be the invite and nothing else, because then that would eliminate.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
but that's the only prize for me when I play these things. Is just the invite's the only prize I care about.
Yeah, and then from an accounting in-house situation, how does it work when if you were to get a Pro Tour invite before this happened? If you were to get a Pro Tour invite and then you were to go to another ProQuest and win another one, what happens? Do you just stack them up, or what happens? Because you can transfer them as well, can't you, to somebody else?
No, you can't. Nope, they qualify for a specific event. They're not PTIs. So basically, it's just setting it on fire.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair enough then.
And the invite also doesn't pass. With the old policy,
they've changed it a couple of different times, but
it wouldn't pass past second though.
Right, it never passed down past second. So both the finalists had qualified. It didn't pass down to third.
Because I went to a few ProQuests where that was the case too, where both finalists had qualified, and they're just playing for the gold foils, and the rest of us are like, okay, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Right. Yeah, that's shit, isn't it?
This ProQuests are just burning invites, and this is supposed to be qualifier. Yeah.
Fuck me gently with a chainsaw, I guess.
Yeah, these people are just here for the gold foil.
But I've also seen people say saying willing to sell PTI. So what does that mean then?
You get PTIs from Callings and Battle Hardens, ProQuest Plus, and ProQuest Plus. So PTI is valid for any tournament. Winning a ProQuest is only valid for
the upcoming one.
And it's locked to you. You can't sell that qualification.
I see.
Right.
So that's how PTIs work.
So if the ProQuest then, so if any qualification event gives you a PTI, that person could then either go to the event or sell the thing. What if it was that instead, where you could choose either one option, but that option's up to you because you've won it.
You'd always take a PTI every single time.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to.
Unless they made ProQuest, unless they made the ProQuest invitation transferable, I guess that could be a thing too.
Yeah.
Sure, but then people would stack those up too, and so you.
No,
but that doesn't
you'd stack them up and sell them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You wouldn't want more than one ProQuest Yokohama invite, but I don't know that it solves it. But
yeah, it's definitely a hard one, but there we go.
This is the solution that we have right now.
Yeah,
this is how it is. There are flaws, but as we've sat here and talked about, I think there's flaws with every solution.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't let don't let perfect be the enemy of better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna move on. The next one's from Aladoris. Over under on how long it takes somebody to get caught using multiple gem IDs to farm ProQuest promos. Fuck.
Oh God, yeah. Fuck's sake.
I think
Creating
this will be
account.
like really
Week
hard to
three-
do on a local level.
I think
right?
week 3 you have Turd Ferguson from Kansas trying to win a ProQuest in like Denver.
Yeah, you'd have to travel to do this.
Yeah.
That's when
But
you'd have to.
Not to give ideas. Don't do that.
No, you know what? You know what? Fucking try it. Like Lee, if you're the type of person that would, fucking try it.
You're probably gonna get barred from the game.
Exactly.
And you really won't be able to play with your friends.
That's like that. Like that's getting into the realm of whenever you turn up to one of these events that you get a PTI from or ProQuest invite, you have to turn up with your ID to get in because you have to prove that you're the person that's on your gem account.
Prove you're Turd Ferguson. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not Turd Ferguson, you're not going to play. So
They're like
that becomes even harder to manage.
2 Elaine Hammondtree gym accounts. When I was in Tampa, I was playing the calling, and I don't know like why or how because I
remember that.
I only like registered for it once. Like I just
That's weird.
had booked the Fable and registered for it, and I've used the same gym account since I started playing the game.
Yeah, we talked to Ward about it, didn't we? And it was really weird.
Talked to Ward because I'm playing the calling, and I keep getting messages of people being like, "You didn't show up to our round," and I'm like, I just played my game. Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, like then they send me a screenshot saying that they're paired into me, and it says Elaine Hammondtree, but that wasn't my gem ID. I'm like, that's not my gem ID. So I like, but also it wasn't like someone was playing as me because this person was missing every fucking round. They kept putting messages about it. So I'm like, it went up to the table. I'm like, there's two of me. Like, there's a gym account. It needs to be deleted. And then they're like, I don't know that you can claim you're the only Elaine Hammondtree. I'm like, I can.
I'm pretty sure I can.
Brilliant.
I can. Yeah, there's no, I am. But yeah, I had to like get that deleted. But I don't know where that second gym account came from because I was able to like get into it, like get the email for it and get into it.
I blame
it was
Keith.
like it had no
Keith
XP, no anything, and I'm like, this isn't my gym account. I don't know. Maybe.
All right. That's fine. Whatever. Next one's from Jumbo Chihuahua. Do you think we'll ever get a tier system for Living Legend where we get points in the Living Legend bracket as well? And once we hit a certain threshold, 5K or 10K, then there is an Eternal Legends format where our heroes truly go to die and truly can't be played anymore. No, I don't. This is the Living Legend format is designed to be the vintage format of Flesh and Blood, and they may add formats that are between like Classic Constructed and Living Legend at some point or something along those lines. But no, we're not doing this shit. Please no. Dear God, no.
And they should do this only for Starvo.
Yeah, just Starvo.
He didn't even make top 8 of the LL Battle Hardened in fucking Singapore.
Oh my God. That was so hilarious to see Ira win that whole thing.
Ira. It is Naeem Mobasir.
Yeah.
So you have to take into consideration that it's Naeem being a fucking degen. But yes, Ira did win.
That's cool.
Dear God, no. Next one, Azz isn't going to have a whole lot to get in with, but this is from Geeks First. Top 3 things you must do at Gen Con.
Oh,
Elaine and I are going to overlap on one of these, which is True Dungeon.
True Dungeon. Yeah, first thing that comes to mind is True Dungeon.
It's gas. I love True Dungeon. Azz, have you ever heard of True Dungeon or know what this is?
I think you might have mentioned it on our other show when we talked about games, but if you want to explain it again.
It's live D&D. So you are going through rooms, and so it's like alternating puzzle room, like an escape chamber.
Yeah, it's like escape rooms, D&D, and LARPing in one.
Yeah. And then you go from escape chamber to monster combat. Monster combat's done. Like, so you have somebody like either an animatronic or somebody cosplaying as the monster, which is gas. And then you have gear, and your gear are all poker chips. I don't have any in front of me right now. Usually I do.
Mine are all in the closet.
Yeah, and so you then have your gear loadout, and you take your weapon chip and you put it in a slider puck, and then you have a shuffleboard with the monster silhouette on it, and you're trying to slide it to the correct spot to hit the monster. for what the D20 roll would be, and then there's a little arrow, and you're trying to get it to point at the critical spot for the monster as well. So there's some technique to it.
Dexterity, yeah.
Yep. And then there's also just different classes that have different modifiers or things they can do in a room. And then like, so wizards have spells or whatever. And
Rogue has like a special puzzle. I played Rogue every time. Yeah.
Rogue puzzles where you have to kind of trace, you have to play Operation effectively.
Yeah.
To open up a box.
So good at it, but I kept the treasure for myself.
Elaine is a bitch. And so there was also but that's a big one for me. I think that anybody going for the first time should definitely book some time in the Board Game Geeks Hot Games room.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
It's just a big room full of all the upcoming and new games, and you check them out you take your card up or your ID up, and then you check out a game and you play it with your friends. Nice. Or other people that you gather at the table, and then you're like, hey, that game was kind of good. I can go buy it or look for it or whatever. And the time is booked in like 2-hour blocks, so you get plenty of time to try something out. It's really, really good. I think that one is fantastic. The other Homer response would be play Flesh and Blood, but it's a pretty big Homer response. I don't think I would actually say that to anybody. I would probably say make sure you take a solid day to explore the different venues. So, because I remember last year, Peter Budensick was playing One Piece, and he's just like, man, this con is huge, and it's like because the One Piece tournament was in the Indianapolis Colts Stadium. And it's like, oh, yeah, it really is. Like, let's go over and do this other thing. He's like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, we go over here. And we walk into the convention center. He's like, wait, there's more? And it's wow. my brother in Christ, you didn't even see a third of the shit isn't here. Like,
don't go to Gen Con and sit in one room the whole time.
No, absolutely not.
No.
It is... You have to remember that this takes up the entirety of the second largest convention center in North America, plus an NFL stadium.
Jesus.
Plus every hotel conference room for every downtown hotel in Indianapolis. All of them. It is monstrous. And shoehorning yourself is the dumbest fucking thing you can do.
I've heard that as well, that like some restaurants and bars and stuff, they actually sort of start theming their drinks on board games and D&D and everything else as well.
Sun King does an official beer of Gen Con every year, which is my favorite brewery. And then they have a beer garden that's right outside of the venue. There's food trucks everywhere.
Wow, sounds great.
It's just some of the best shit you can do. And if you're in the group, if you're in the know, you can get to go to Iozzo's for Italian food one night. But you got to be in the know.
Next year, then.
Be in the know. Yeah. Yeah, I think my list would be about the same. I was kind of like flipping between like just exploring or like taking a day to go to, like, because you can sign up for a lot of game demos, but also there's like a lot of free game demos that you
everywhere.
Can do that you don't have
all in the dealer hall.
everywhere.
You can just go and they'll give you the quick version of it. And
I think that like goes hand in hand. Although if you like go to the dealer hall to just play free games back to back to back to back, like you probably won't have time to explore the rest of Gen Con, which, as Logan mentioned, is like basically just the entirety of downtown Indianapolis. But yeah, I had a lot of fun just like playing free game demos. You just walk up and it's like, hey, can you teach me how to play this game? Sometimes it's like just constantly they're like, yeah, I'll teach you right now. And sometimes it's like circle back in 15 minutes and we have like a group that's going to sit down and play. So just, do that. That was a lot of fun. I love playing games.
It's just a great time in general, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun. Last questions from El Dorte, our guy, as
Christian Hammer.
The hero of Lucerne, the Hammer.
What a guy.
question, now with Mastery Pack Guardian on the way and Super Slam coming up, which of the 4 WTR heroes do you expect to LO first of the pack and who last? I think first is Bravo. I think we all know that. Like, Bravo's going to go first. Katsu's in the running.
Yeah.
Because the Ira deck did give Katsu some more toys.
Yeah, Vengeance Katsu's running around, isn't it, apparently?
Sure is.
Stuff.
We all know last is Reinar, right?
Yeah.
Like, Reinar is got no... Unless...
yeah.
There's new Brute stuff coming out with Super Slam.
If Eugene C starts playing in more events...
Then
Reinar eventually...
not long for this world.
Yeah, Reinar dies.
Yeah.
But... I think that Reinar is the back of the pack by quite a bit, followed by Dorinthia, and then Bravo and Katsu are kind of going to fight over who gets to go first. It's wild that almost all of Arcane Rising is gone. I mean, Kano's right at it. Yeah, Kano's right at it. Like he's top of the living legend board now. And so Arcane Rising is going to all go before WTR gets a single one out.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Bravo is definitely going to be the one, I think, for sure.
Monarch won't because Levia and Bolton are going nowhere.
No.
Bolton's not moving.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. No, I think Levia will move before Bolton. Yeah.
Yeah, Bolton is just Paul Blart Mall cop. Wants to be a cop so bad, but isn't illusionist.
I just don't even know what they could give him because the thing is, like, Bolton has so many good cards, but he's so bad.
But he's so shit. Like
he's so bad. It's like they've already given him good cards. So I don't know what else he could be.
All the things that Kasai could possibly want, they've given Bolton, and he still sucks.
What if there was a start in play, stays in play equipment that said whenever you charge, draw a card, so you don't have to. So your charge replases itself. Basically.
They would just get fatigued.
I say, I think he would fatigue himself.
He would just die still.
Yeah, they would just get fatigued.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for us.
Yeah.
Thank you both for joining. It was a fun talk. I mean, we've been talking to each other now for the last 2.5, 3 hours, but
it's 2 a.m. in the morning for me right now. So
we probably should let you go then. But
that's all good.
So let's thank some patrons really quick. That's something that we do every time, and I forgot to fucking do this whole filtering and shit. God bless Texas. If you give me just a second, I will get this not fucked. But Elaine's a patron of the show, but she is not part of the tiers that matter for this.
I'm broke. Yeah.
Let's thank our associate producers. We have Aladoris, Andy, Anthony, Sindra, Heiner. Heiner's a patron now.
Sick.
Ejor. So I have Heiner and Ejor. Okay. Jacob, Quiet Goat, and Softski, our executive producers on up. We have Blaze Storm, Diana, the Green Cosplayer, John, Makaya, Puxanus, Sergeant Isbjorn, the Delusian Data Analyst, and Philip for our Chamber of Charcoal people, who are the people we let co-host the show because they paid us. Yeah. We have Brandon. Great job by him. He was on the show not too long ago, honestly. Michael, you have lapped the field and can come back on. Rich, you have also lapped the field and can come back on. Matt, you have lapped the field. You can come back on. For fuck's sake, these people have kept paying us $40 a month. And the new one is Zaris, who should be in September, I think. Will actually hit it. So if you're interested in becoming a patron of Flesh and Pod, you can go to patreon.com/fleshandpod. Link is in the show notes. There are, I think there's 7 tiers. I really don't know. To choose from, any paid tier gets you in a FAP After Dark. I've not been able to do one lately just because time has sucked. Yeah. Post Gen Con is going to be when we do one. So it'll be the week after we get back from Gen Con. Which for those who are wondering would be probably August 6th.
You're not going to miss an episode, though, are you?
Why would I?
Yeah.
I've recorded this show from fucking everywhere at this point. So,
nice.
Sure. Elaine, if you need to contact the show, you can send us an email at fleshandpod@gmail.com. You can find us on BlueSky. Just search Flesh and Pod. Best thing to do is join our Discord. It's free. Link is in the show notes. Just click the thing. You don't have to be a member of anything. And then you come and go into Elaine's Pickle channel because she has her own fucking channel.
I do have my own channel.
Yeah, she has her own channel in my Discord. Cute. Elaine, where can they find you?
You can find me on pretty much all the socials under eHamOnTree. That is eHamOnTree. 3 words like bacon on bush, pork on shrubbery. But yeah, I'm around. Most active on BlueSky. I'm still on Twitter, but pretty much just like retweet things from there. Maybe respond to someone here and there.
Usually Bryn, but
yeah, Bren or Bo Bogsley.
Yeah, Mobo. Yep, him
Mobo.
too.
Yeah. But mainly active on BlueSky. You can follow me on either of those. I know I said every social, but please don't follow me on Instagram.
Also my please don't. Please don't. But please do. It's wild. Something about food mascots. Or is that TikTok?
Oh, don't follow me there either.
TikTok, oh no.
No, don't follow me.
I love Azz over there doing the ASMR deck shuffling for us.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Can you hear that? Sorry. Whoops.
That's good. You're fine. Azz, where can they find you?
Yeah, so my channel is Go Again Gaming, and then on the socials, active anywhere really. Go Again Gaming AZ. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been a fun time being on here.
No, it's a good time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the easiest going podcast on the planet, except for when I'm fucking shouting about people pissing me off. But So Charmer will be back next week for episode 192.
Nice.
We will be approaching 200 quickly, so I am still gathering the stuff that I have around for the charity raffle, and I'll be posting that most likely in our Discord and on BlueSky, and also talking about it on a YouTube live at some point in time to kind of show off what we got and how we're going to do it. I'm still fleshing a piece or two of it out, but the idea is to have that kind of all the way out there about a month before the episode. And then we are going to be doing a lot of live stuff for episode 200 alongside a recorded show as well. So there will be a lot going on. We decided to go big for episode 200 because I don't know if I'll do a 201. Not sure. Haven't decided yet. We all know that I'll do a 201. We all know that I'm not quitting, even though some days I definitely want to.
That's content.
That's content, baby. I mean, anytime that anybody that ever asked me, it's like, what's the best piece of advice you can give somebody for getting into content? My answer is always the same: don't.
Just don't. Yeah.
Just don't.
You have to really, really, really want to do it.
You gotta love it.
It's fun. It's challenging. You'll learn a lot about yourself and other things you never thought you needed to know.
Absolutely.
Also, none of us mentioned it. But if you enjoyed the 3 of us, we have our own podcast.
We do. You can find us on the topic of every other Monday, where the 3 of us are talking about a topic du jour. If you want to go back and watch, the most recent one was actually recorded at the same day this one was.
Yeah.
And it's on Doomsday Scenarios. No, well, I mean, but it's on Doomsday Scenarios. It was Elaine's choice to choose the topic, and that's what we got. Yeah. We also have a previous episode of Azz's choosing, which was on tabletop gaming, and mine, which was on origin stories. So if you're interested in some different stuff that is a little out of the flesh and blood, pitch perfect thing that means nothing pipeline, you can come find us over there and come hang out. It's a good time. And if you shit talk us in the comments, we'll probably read them on air. Just to put that out there. Yeah. But thank you everybody for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.